Erickson.
Okay, you are the defendant in this matter, correct? At least one of the two, correct?
Correct.
You went through the pre-sentence with me, correct?
Oops. Correct.
All right, and there's some things you disagree with on, like on page 7, it says, quotes you as feeling like you screwed up big time, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and did you actually make that statement to the probation officer?
No.
Okay, and you wanted the record to be clear on that, correct?
Correct.
All right, and obviously you still dispute what's in the recitation of the facts in the PSI, but you and I talked about that's the original affidavit that was filed by the state.
What was that again?
The recitation of the facts in the PSI, you remember that?
Yeah.
And you disagree with some of that, correct?
I disagree with it.
Okay. And you and I discussed the fact that that is just a verbatim copy of the affidavit that was filed in court originally, okay?
Correct.
Okay. And you understand the court was here to hear the whole trial?
Carl, can you speak up a little bit?
I can. Can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you better, yes.
All right. So, you've seen the restitution amount. Let's talk about the horses. How much do you think those horses are worth, sir?
In our care, they're worth $3 million.
Okay, and where do you get that valuation from?
Because this one stud, his dad, when he died, they got $1 million out of him. And he was the 15th leading barrel sire in Oklahoma. And on the bottom side, we had a half brother to the mare, and he was did good in the 3-year-old snaffle bit fraternities. I rode him. I always was in the money. When we got done with him, we let the high school kids use him, and he won for them. And then one gal, her barrel horse got lame, so we let her put him in the barrels in the high school rodeo, and he always plays for second or third.
When was this?
This is back in the 80s.
Is this same horse still alive?
No, he isn't. He'd be like 40 years old right now.
Okay, so what horse are we talking about that you think is valuable?
His registered name was Sputnik's Duke Jr.
Okay.
We called him Squirt.
And one of your stallions is a descendant of that horse?
Yes, well, he's like a cousin to one of the stallions on the bottom side.
Okay. And were you using that stallion, were you selling it for stud purposes?
Yes, and a lot of the colts out there are out of him.
Okay. When was the last time you used the horse for stud, sold the opportunity for breeding with that animal?
People could bring their mares anytime.
When was the last time?
Yeah, last time. The year before they took him.
Okay.
We used him for stud.
Okay. And how much were you paid for that?
$500 a piece.
$500 a piece.
Uh-huh.
And how much did you make that year at $500 a piece?
With everything and about $1,000.
Okay, so $1,000 a year before they were seized?
Yeah, and we lost like 4 breeding services years since they've been gone because right now we've lost it because it's too late to breed mares.
Okay.
The best day is the 22nd of June.
Okay. So other than $1,000, how much money did you make off the horses the year before they were seized?
That was about it. Actually, I run them. Well, I learned when we went to the 3-year-old staff a bit for turkeys. The doctors and the lawyers, they have one in there, and there's no way you can make enough money to pay the trainer, to haul them, to feed, whatever, and they use it for a tax write-off. So I sort of use mine for a tax write-off.
Okay, all right. So that's what you're using them for?
Most of it, yes.
Okay. So what else did you use in order to determine your horses were worth $3 million?